solely because of the debut of the new show, Make America Fall Again, starring Donald Trump as their lead actor, but also because of an incident that happened between a couple of close friends and I. Now, not only did this incident scar me to an unbelievable extent, but also made me realize that the pace at which we are losing the ability to sophisticatedly and articulately communicate with each other, and the pace at which we are leading the English language towards a dead end, is faster than marijuana being legalized in California. For more insight on the slaughter of our use of language, tune in for a closer look. A couple of my friends and I were discussing the joke, also known as the electoral system, that made the universally avoided grabber Donald Trump the 45th President of the United States. Between angry messages and moving out of the United States plan, one person texted, "Now, I do not disagree, and that is because I do not understand what this person is trying to convey. We are. How long would it take them to write 2 more letters A&E to have the sentence make sense? However, I proceed to read the sentence to find out dead, spelled as dead. What on earth is dead? Autocorrect is shaking its head in disbelief. Same goes for next. This is utterly surprising to me. I fail to understand why we would spell something so terribly incorrectly, because no, this isn't making you look cool. This is making you look like hoverboards in this day and age. Unnecessary and dumb. But it's not, this is not where it ends. Last night, in fact, I read an article about how a student wrote an SAT essay in this language. First of all, I don't think I want to call this a language. And second of all, if a student thinks they might get into Harvard University with this, I'm sorry, honey, even Trump University wouldn't accept you for that. And then we have abbreviations. I understand some of them, for example, FYI, BRB, TTYL, LMAO, LOL, etc. However, there are some abbreviations that do not make any sense. For instance, this one. No, I'm not that epitome of a genius, that I will write a computer code just to converse with you. On top of this, people go around saying, this is the kind of nonsense people have been coming up with to justify texting as an official language. Saying that law should be a part of the grammar is like asking Oxford dictionaries to be replaced by the Urban Dictionary. Saying so is like saying Obama to be replaced by Trump. Okay, I promise I will not talk about Trump again. I'll distract myself. How's the weather like today? Wasn't the sky beautiful with like shades of orange? Where do you guys reckon I go for dinner tonight? I heard the New Mexico. This is too hard to get. This is too hard and unreal. And you know what they say? Humor is the best way to deal with stress. So here, I have a meme for you all. Memes are good and seamless. Transition. Memes started off as funny images with passive-aggressive or sarcastic text to accompany it. This is to make a conversation lighter and more humorous. However, I did not know when these memes transformed into the movie Ring. You have 7 days until we stay within the confines of the internet, and then we come on and destroy your entire language. No, that is not how it is or was ever supposed to work. Memes were made to mock certain situations and make them funnier. And not for people to come up to me and tell me that I look like a cinnamon roll whenever I'm at Christmas Eve. Don't say that, because A, I'm not a food, and B, if I can never eat a cinnamon roll again without feeling self-cannibalistic. But hey, at least cinnamon and roll are words. Meme terminology has changed into indecipherable words lately, and it's mildly concerning. For example, I saw this the other day. So, let me get this right. The word small means tiny and cute. Hence, millions of people around the world who are under the average height and are adorable are small. Additionally, all the charming people are cinnamon rolls, and all the sexy people are cinnamon rolls. What the fuck is this? Another segment on this incorrect usage is not only the slow and sure destruction of the English language, just like the United States of America, but also how much disrespect is portrayed through its usage. This is to say, when I write a paragraph for you, do not reply with a silly meme or an OMG GWS. No, when I write a Charles Dickens quality of writing for you, do not reply back with an E.L. James. Texting is a quick quicker and firmer form of communication, not a way to show avoidance, disrespect, or how you're extremely stupid and failed all your English classes in high school. Just think about this. If you text using a bunch of incoherent letters and memes, you make no more sense than this guy. And that's making me say. But before I get into logic or lack thereof that plays in language used in American politics, it's time for a break. Please join us for deeper insight on this topic with Victoria Anderson. We'll be right back. Hello everybody, and we're back again. Without further ado, I would love to welcome relationship therapist Victoria Anderson on the stage. A round of applause.
Thanks for having me.
So Victoria, I heard you recently released your new book, Addressing the Common Misuse of Technology in Communication. Is that right?
Yes, it is indeed. I thought that it was more important than ever to let people know about the dangers of technology and how communicating is actually really dangerous, especially on cellular devices. As a relationship therapist, time and time again, I have seen how text messaging can break down relationships even more than cheating.
Is that so? Surely if people are talking more, they would have a strong relationship.
Well, for couples, the logistical advantages are obvious, and many people do talk a lot, but the speed and lack of quality of these conversations is a major influence on the relationship. People sound like middle schoolers when they talk. What people don't realize is that texting actually takes the humanity out of the conversation. Without body language, facial expressions, and tone of voice, it's so hard to understand what people are saying. Like the other day, I was lying on the couch in this sexy dress, and my boyfriend walked in and saw my facial expression. To all the ladies out there, you really can get somewhere with a fuck me face.
So does this go for men as well?
Oh yes, of course.
So does this work?
Oh, yes. Okay, well, another interesting thing you guys should think about is that emojis, acronyms, and abbreviations all have multiple meanings and can get super confusing in conversations. In my research, I found that people in dysfunctional relationships text way more than in healthy ones. This in itself explains everything. I once dated a guy and we never talked in person. It was super weird. Like, we dated for a week and I realized he was using this weird slang that I didn't understand. So I asked him and then he blocked me. How weird is that? Also, there is this notable
correlation?
Correlation, oh my god, yes Samuel. Correlation between frequent text messaging and decreased empathy towards others. For all those couples out there, trust me, it's so much healthier to say it IRL. Okay, the other day my boyfriend came home from work and was pretty exhausted and cranky. I sent him a message, "Are you home yet?" He replied with a, "Yeah, a minute ago." After this brief greeting, I launched into a conversation about my day, but due to the lack of understanding, I didn't know that he was emotionally upset. And then due to this miscommunication, he was angry and didn't reply. I, on the other hand, was annoyed at his disinterest, and we had a fight. It all could have been avoided if we just talked in person. There's also this issue with acronyms and people thinking that they stand for different things. Like, I was sick, and my grandmother messaged me, "Oh my gosh, honey, I hope you get better, lol." And it took me a long time before I realized that she meant lots of love instead of laugh out loud. Like, what is this? Oh my gosh. Also, different social groups tend to use emojis and acronyms differently, adapting them to mean specific things, you know, kind of like a slang. Also, guys, don't you ever get annoyed at the limited amount of emojis we're able to use to try and express complex emotions and feelings? To exemplify, the other day my boyfriend messaged me to ask what kind of perfume I would like, and I replied with a little kissy emoji, and he thought that it was fine to get me anything. He ended up buying me the wrong perfume, and every girl deserves and needs the right to have the perfect perfume for them. This is outrageous.
Talking about perfect perfumes, you all have a chance to win D. Gabbana perfumes by participating in the Perfume Advertisement Challenge. To apply and have a higher chance of getting noticed, please go to www.dgabbana/lnswsamuelblair/perv.com. More information on this challenge by D. Gabbana's advertising manager, Abigail. A round of applause.
Christmas is coming, and people always go crazy for Christmas. You know, the cooking, decorations, visits to relatives, and the presents. Oh, the presents. Buying Christmas presents for our loved ones is one of the easiest things in the world, or, you know, Mission Impossible Christmas presents. You try getting inspiration. Sky, your grandma, that blog post you read last night on Pinterest, those boring TV advertisements, but nothing works. But then you see this one advertisement that actually captures and captivates you, leaves you wanting more and wanting their product, you know? And you really know what I'm talking about. I am talking about perfume advertisements. You know how they start. Slow-mo, then they state the most obvious thing in the world. They give you life advice. They put these really super famous, super rich, super hot body man or woman, and they said a love story, a kiss, something adventurous, some more glamour, and then they whisper the name of the perfume like J'adore by Dior. But have you noticed that most of the perfumes make no sense? Like, for real? Let's take a quick look at this advertisement. See what I mean? It's true, it's so definitely true. Perfume commercials make no sense. However, they always have amazing sales rates. Powerful advertising, has and will always have a powerful and positive impact in your products. However, the way perfume advertising works nowadays, it's kind of become and turned out to be something corrupted and even nasty. They're not playing it dirty. Well, if you don't get what I mean by now, you'll see what I mean after you watch this other clip.
Gucci Guilty, the new fragrance for her.
Well, now you understand, right? Perfume advertising is all about appealing to all of their senses but smell. You know, it's like in order to stimulate some positive feelings within your human body. It's about making the consumers believe that if they buy your perfume, they can achieve the impossible. This actually leads me to my second point. Perfume commercials are selling sex. Sex? What? Yeah, because, sex sells. It's scientifically proven to be true. After working 25 years for brands like Chanel, Dior, Paco Rabanne, I got sick of this way of advertising and decided to quit and become a blogger. My most recent post actually was on perfume advertising and how this is messing up with our heads, making us believe that we need it. We so need it when actually we just don't. Anyway, going back to what I was saying at the beginning of this section, how to create a classic, generic, and not so logical perfume advertisement in only 10 steps. First step, determine whether the perfume is pour homme or pour femme. Second step, get a super famous actor or actress to make your film. Remember, your protagonist needs to enter a scene in a very dramatical way. Whether it is by being chased by a crowd because, they're like super famous, or by being in a place where only super rich people would be. Third step, Get a super catchy and cool background music. That's the key. 4th step, have your actor or actress wear a super glamorous fancy golden dress, or just let them go, shirtless, showing their hot body, or naked. Step number 5, get your actor to say random words like, success, victory, destiny, passion, women, or just life. True. Step number 8, right? Step number 7, give life advice. Something cliche always works quite well. It's all about saying nothing is impossible. Or if you're a risk taker, you can say the world is yours. Step number 8, get a shot from a cool city at night, if possible, or a beautiful garden, and you guessed, make your protagonist walk through it, shirtless if possible. Step number 9, remind your audience that your protagonist is super famous, super rich, super hot, and if you haven't noticed yet, it has seduced another super famous, super rich, and super hot person like him. Step 10, this is the final touch. Have your protagonist say in a very sexy and seductive way the name of your perfume. So, that's all for today. Don't forget to participate in the Perfume Advertisement Challenge and create your own commercial following my 10 steps. See ya!
Yeah, the challenge looks great. I would totally participate.
Yeah, and I would encourage all of you to participate as well.
And get the proper new desire, guys.
Exactly. Sadly though, everyone, it's time to conclude our late night show, and a round of applause for Victoria.
Thanks guys for having me. I've really enjoyed being on the show.
Thank you for joining us. Thank you all for joining, and tune in with us here again tomorrow at 9 p.m. Have a good night from Presidency still 2 months away. That was Samuel Blair.